Do you want to take your career to the next level? It could be, the reason could be many, right? It might be you want a promotion. You've been aspiring for a promotion for a long time, but it's not been coming, and you're absolutely like in a space where you would like to absolutely get that promotion. Maybe you just have taken a sabbatical and maybe a maternity leave, etc., and you've been off the workforce for some time, and you want to just join back into the working environment, right? And get into work, right? Whatever be the reason, right? The reasons can be many. It doesn't really matter, right? If you have the desire to find that job and get it and take it, right? I can tell you one simple thing, that it is possible to do that in the next 120 days. Think about it, right? So thank you so much for coming to this page. My name is Amir Nair, and I have been in the IT years and BPM, now called BPM, industry for the last 2 decades. I have had a long stint in this, and I have done many roles across my last 22 years. I have also got about 2,000 hours of coaching, training, mentoring different people at different stages of their career over the last 20 years. I've also I have helped over 150 plus people to kind of experience what I'm talking about now, that career acceleration, right, in a really fast-paced, focused manner, and they have achieved significant improvement in their career journey and in their roles that we're looking for. They've made massive shifts in their own performance, their own skill set, and also eventually all of this, right, will eventually lead you to a good pay in a very short period in time, right? Do you think this is good? Yeah? So what I would like you to do is, if you think this is really good and this is for you, what I would like you to do is click the button on the side and register for my the next live masterclass that I'm going to have to talk you through all of these and much more. What I'm actually going to do, let me can I give you a quick synopsis of what I'm actually going to talk about, right? What I'm going to share with you, right? I think there are 3 important things that I always think about, right? When I think about anyone's career acceleration, including mine, right? When you think about it, number 1, right? We all knowingly or unknowingly build our brand, right? We call this personal brand, individual brand, whatever you call it, right? Unknowingly or knowingly we build it. Sometimes we do it knowingly. So the moment we do that knowingly, then we are almost thinking about it in your head, and you're kind of projecting that, right? Other way around, if you're doing it unconsciously, in that vacuum, people are giving you a brand. How do they do that? For example, right now, right? You must have given me many tags. Like as soon as I started talking to you, the first 30 seconds, right? You have been tagging me, right? Many small tags that you have come to your mind. Maybe you listen to me and listen to my accent and said, "This is South Indian," or maybe my surname gave that away to you, right? Maybe you kind of tagged what my age group is and how I communicate, and all of these things, and it's forming over in your head as you kind of listen to my video and talk and listen to me, right? So consciously, unconsciously, we are always projecting our brand, right? So most training programs that you will go to, and all materials that you think about are over there, talks about something called be authentic, be yourself when you want to project your brand. Now the challenge is, what is that authenticity? What does that actually mean? What do I actually have to do, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to really open up a framework that will actually help you to discover what your personal individual brand means, right? So which will mean that you will understand a few specific things about yourself. So the program, the model that I'll give you will help you to carve out your own niche brand identity, right? Who you are and that congruent self with what you're trying to project. That's one. The second thing that I will cover is what I call is the process of specifically targeted or discovering what is the needs and wants of the organizations. It's a very targeted and a focused approach, right? Of looking and understanding the roles where you will do well and which is what you want to go after, right? Now, you might be saying, how do you kind of do that? And that's exactly what the framework is going to start talking about, is that I will combine a couple of things. One is to combine the power of what I call focused or networking, right? So networking is not so much about going out and meeting hundreds of people in sessions, or just going about having thousands of connections on LinkedIn, right? That's not the purpose of networking, right? The purpose of the networking that I will teach you, and it's very, very powerful, and it's for even for people who are introverted by nature like myself, is you target and you go and network with people to understand what are the primary big opportunity areas within the organization, right? So you kind of understand it. So you're not going after the roles that have been published, but you're going after roles that are getting published or likely to come up, right? So that's what. And then how do you do that? Once you do the networking and you connect, so how do you do that? So I'm going to start helping you to really understand there's a process in which you can almost get that information, right? It is not, it's very simple, but it's very powerful, right? So that is what I call is the informal interviewing technique, right? You need to learn. So when you combine the targeted and the focused networking with informal interviewing is the process that I will teach you. When you kind of create this in conjunction, you will understand the bigger picture of where the organization is heading towards, what are some of the high possible roles that are going to come up, and where you will do well, right? Because understand this, career acceleration is not about just getting a job. It's not about just getting a role. You want a role, and you want it in a place, in an organization where there is a massive amount of growth happening, or where there is a massive high potential of growth opportunities happening, because that's going to accelerate your career, the next role, right? The third thing which I will cover is the process to nail that role. Now, what is the process to nail the role, right? It is where the rubber meets the road. I can give you all the knowledge, and you think about it, there's a lot of knowledge out there, right? But how do I handhold you from the place you are to the place where you will actually land with the role, right? So how I will do it, and I talked about number one, which is individual brand, right? So you're going to build up that individual brand through the help that I'm providing, to the framework I'm providing. You will have a keen sense of awareness of what the organizational roles that are coming up, and the opportunities in the organizational areas which has high potential, high growth, right? You've kind of done that, and essentially you are going to bring this together, right? And then you are going to start looking and saying, okay, this is what is coming up now in the next probably 1 or 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and what's coming up in the immediate future, right? Where does that lead me to? And as a result, you kind of create a career blueprint, right? To kind of look at that acceleration and on the journey. So that's going to be, that's what's going to come up. It's the third thing that I'm going to really cover, and how do you do it. So I will open this framework up and show you, right? So you as a professional can actually, get some ideas from those and go back and implement them, right? Maybe you have some of them already in your head, but something will, some new things will come up, right? And that will accelerate that speed. That will kind of, take you forward, propel you forward in that career journey, right? And that'll actually start helping you. And I'll tell you why, right? So the way I think about it is that as you kind of progress and you kind of look at, accelerating your journey, the organizational benefits, right? The organization you're working with benefits, or the organization is hiring you benefits, right? So either way, there's someone in this, and not just yourself, but the other people also benefiting out of you. Thank you so much for listening to me, right? And what I would ask you to do, what I would like you to do, is essentially click on that link there, and so that I can then catch up with you, have that conversation with you as I kind of, as you kind of join my live masterclass, and it'll be really nice to have that conversation with all of you and understand what you're looking for, right? If you don't know me, right, there is below the link, there is some details about me, so you can go down and read a little about me. And like I said, right, so register, and then I will get to see you on the live masterclass in the next session. All right, so thank you so much. See you for now.